Hi, this is Mona McClelland, and you typed in, what can you dye your hair with? That's a really great question, and a little bit about me, if you don't know already. I spent almost 3 decades in the hairdressing industry, so coloring people's hair was my specialty. I was a color specialist. And so I can tell you what you can dye your hair with that I know of, and some other things that really surprised me to learn that you can dye your hair with. So first of all, you can dye your hair with bleach. So that takes pigment out of your hair. You can see I've got, this hair going on. That was done with bleach. You can bleach and then tone your hair, because if your hair is dark and you bleach it, you just might come up with an orange or a yellow, so you put a toner on top just to dull down that brassiness. You can use a temporary hair color, which goes on top of your natural hair color and kind of gives it a little bit of a shine, usually an auburn. People pick an auburn or kind of an eggplant color to bring out their own highlight. It doesn't last very long. A semi-permanent hair color dye, with a semi-permanent or permanent, even a temporary, you need a developer to go with it, something to be a catalyst to make the chemical work. So usually a peroxide is what you mix with a color. So for semi-permanent hair color, which I use, you apply it and then it will grow out and fade out. So you might get a line of demarcation. I show you mine, undo. So a line of demarcation, but it's not really stark. And then you can use a permanent hair dye, which you need a higher volume of peroxide. Now, some people like to put foils in your hair, which is using bleach again, but giving you highlights. And or low light. Some people use a dark color if their hair is too light. And some people use herbs like hennas or a hair color called Herbitint on the market. And now there's other things that you could color your hair with. It's crazy that I've never used, but apparently you can. You can use food coloring, and I imagine you'd have to bleach out your hair first for it to stick. Jello, the crystals, and also markers, hair markers, or even just markers for coloring, apparently. And again, you could color your hair if you want it temporary, it'll just come out. But if you want more permanent, you have to bleach out some of your hair and then use what's called an unnatural hair dye, which would be these really wild colors. So I hope that has given you a really good understanding of what you can color your hair with. And, if you're going to spend a lot of time coloring your hair, I'm going to caution you because it's pretty toxic. And especially, when I worked in that industry, I was doing it all the time. So I still have a lot of toxins in my body that I'm always trying to get rid of, and some chemical sensitivities and some aches and pains from all those years of standing up with my arms up in the air, which is something else you have to do when you're coloring your hair. So, and hair coloring costs a lot of money. You can do it yourself, but I've had to fix a lot of big hair mistakes, so that can be even more costly. So if you want to see, a way to make money to pay for coloring your hair, or if you just want to see what this ex-hairdresser does to serve people now online, I'm working with a group of friends of mine, and what we're doing is really cool, and we're doing real well with it. You can go to my website, here'sanotherway.com, or click just below. And there you're going to see what I do, exactly what it's all about, and some testimonials from some folks that we've helped. So I hope you found this helpful, and all the best coloring your hair.